Hey everybody, welcome to the Red Raven Games playthrough of Empires of the Void 2. We're just going to run through a few rounds to show you how this game works, give you an idea of the play, and just keep in mind that this is a prototype. All this art is placeholder art. A lot of this art will be changed before the end, and we made this by hand, so it's not up to the finished standards. Okay, so what I have here is my player board. I'm going to be playing the Nomads of Earth, okay? And my special power is that when I retreat, it's right up here, I can retreat to any location that I control. Normally you have to retreat to your world ship, that's right. And I also start with one random good, so I'm going to actually go over here to the goods pile and just take one of those. Okay, I have a life form. So now when I get a good, I can place it in one of my building tracks. It helps me, it reduces the cost of these buildings. So you'll see on the board I have 3 different types of buildings. I have cities, bases, and academies. Now once I place this in one of the rows, in the future, all life forms have to go in that row. Okay. Now you'll notice when I place this here, I'm also covering up one of these negative victory points. So at the beginning of the game especially, you're going to be motivated to find at least 2 of each good so that you can cover those up so that when the first scoring comes around, you won't be penalized for it. Okay, so Andrew over here, he is playing the
Parasites of Sreech. And
yes.
My power is I can place my Parasite token, we're going to use this for that, on a system as a free action, but I have to have a unit there, and also I have +1 building spaces on my world ship. So I have, if I don't want to colonize out on planets, I can build buildings and build these things on my world ship because it's really large. It's like a hive.
Yeah, it's a huge hive ship. And then Brenna, you have the
7th Academy of Eeg.
Yes, those are a favorite from the original.
Yep, my player power is that I start the game with +1 attribute and +1 command. And then attributes are these sort of goal cards that give you victory points if you reach specific goals by the scoring rounds. And command is a resource that you can spend on this track that lets you do different actions. Like you have to spend it in order to move. And you have to spend them to do some of the card actions that will help you to influence different planets and become allies with them.
Yeah, that's right. So I have 2 cards here. I think Brenna was already talking about this. These are attribute cards. They are a stretch goal, and I'm pretty sure we're going to reach those fairly soon. But Brenna already described them. So I have to choose one of these to start out. So this one says, have your world ship adjacent to a region, a planet region you control, and if I do that, I get a point when we score. Or this one is, own units in a system where there are no units controlled by other players. Okay, I think this one sounds pretty good. So I'm gonna keep orbiting and discard the other card.
And spoilers, I've decided to choose the Unified. So if I control both areas on at least 1 planet, I can get 2 victory points at scoring. So there'll be 2 different scorings. So if I have that condition met both times, it could net me 4 points over the course of the game.
That's right. So go ahead, Andrew.
Yes.
You're going to move.
So I'm going to move. I'm going to do a move action. So I'm going to move with my sloop, which has 1 Sreech Starfarer on it. And I think I'm going to move over here because Brennan and I like to fight, so we're gonna move into this area here. And so I found Emrock. Let's see, Emrock. It's a wild, dangerous world, only recently discovered. A few brave colonies of Ekrans sell strange plants and spices. Now, I'm going to orient it this way. This way, this good is going to be kind of facing me. So we're going to draw some random good tiles here.
So they're little good symbols
so there's 3. 2 on the planet
on
spaces.
the planet. I'll let you do that.
Yeah, we'll get 1 here, and 1 here. Ooh, all good choices. I think I'm going to move onto this part of the planet right here. So it's going to take me 2 movement, or basically I'm spending 2 of my command. So I have on my command track, I'm moving out 2 spaces. I still have 1 command left.
Oh yeah, so when you move, you have to spend command on your track, and you just move this little tracker, this little marker.
I can't go beyond this building here.
Yeah.
So I only have 1 more command I'll be able to spend. If I start building these buildings, it unlocks more access to being able to do more command actions. So I'll move in there. I'm going to collect the good, and I'm going to set that probably right there on my academy track. And then I'm going to take a control cube and mark that I now control this space. And that's it for me.
Okay, perfect. Now, there on these planets, you can see there are 2 regions. So there's a region that sort of, the idea in the game is that this is an area of space that is sparsely populated. These planets, not a lot of people are living on them. So when you come by and you land on a far side of a planet, there are too few people to even really stop you or care about it. But if you move into their territory, so there are 2 territories. There's like the far side of the planet, and then there's the capital region. If you move into that region, then you will have to fight the inhabitants that live there. And Andrew decided not to move in there. He moved into the far side.
Yeah,
so he could just
not ready for it.
Yep. So it's my turn. I can either do the same thing. I can follow his action. I can move, or I can pass. Now, over here, let me show you there. This little area shows all the different actions that you can take. So this top area on here, on your player board, everything with a square symbol, those are actions, okay? And if you pass, you can take one of these circular symbol actions. So the pass actions are income, where you would collect money, command, where you would reset your command track, we already talked about that. Recruit 1, I could recruit a guy, I could discard 1 card and gain a bomb token, or if we were playing with 5 players, I could do any action by paying 2 command. So I'm not going to pass though, I'm going to move, and here's my world ship. Now when you move, I forgot to say this, when you move you can move or warp. Now moving allows you to move units, these guys, but you can't move your world ship unless you warp. And if you warp, you can move anywhere on the map for 2 command.
If it's explored.
If it's explored, that's right. Now, any guys that are hanging out with your world ship, they come along too. But I'm not going to warp, I'm going to explore. So I will move, I'll take these guys here, and I will move right there. We're going to flip this over.
Do you want it with the goods coming at you?
Yeah, so we got some goods right there. And I will place, okay, so I should put a few there. I got some metal, more metal, and artifacts. Okay. And I will move, let's see.
Corzan.
Yeah. Now I can't pick up any goods unless I stop. So I'm going to go 1, and I'm going to fly right past that and go here. 2. There we go. Pick that guy up. And let me see on my player board. Yeah, let's put this on cities, the cities track. And so my move took 2 command. Okay, Brenna's turn.
Okay, so I am also going to follow the action, and I'm going to move. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move 1, 2 into this capital space, so I'm going to have to fight the alien who controls this planet. This guy only has 1 dice and 1 defense, so he's not too powerful. I'm still pretty weak with my starting units, but I might stand a chance, so I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at that.
Okay, I'll roll for the Ikran Foragers.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my Eeg Starfarer gives me 1 dice that I can roll and +1 to attack.
1 power, yeah.
1 power. My Sloop gives me 2 dice and 0 power. So that means I get to roll 3 dice and choose the highest one. And then get +1 from the power. The Ikran gets 1 dice and 1 power.
Yep. Okay, so here we go. So the first thing you do is both sides roll dice.
I got a 6.
I got a 4.
+1 is
+1.
7.
5 for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now when you roll dice, it doesn't matter how many you roll, you take the highest result. Just 1.
And now I'm going to take a random card off the top of the deck. This is going to get added to that combat result.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm going to be adding
Oh, let's see here.
for
Okay.
them. And
Now,
Brenna's
Brenna doesn't know. She has to choose her own
Yeah, I
card
don't
from
know
her
what it is.
hand, and she's going to add that to her result.
We're looking at this number in the upper corner.
Yeah.
That's all that's counting. The rest of the
power
card
number.
is just the power number.
And the cards can be 1 through 4. So that means that the highest that they can get is up to a 9.
Right, because they're
And-
at 5 right now.
And I'm at 7.
Right.
So if I play a
3 or 4.
3 or a 4, I'm totally safe. If I play a 1 or a 2, I'm
Right, because if they tie,
playing it riskier.
then the defender, these guys that I'm controlling, that I'm helping run, they would win the tie and Brenna would lose. So
here.
Okay, here we go.
all right,
What'll it be? So we got 2 for the Ekrens, and I can't quite see what you
It's
got.
a 3.
Okay, it's a 3, so that means Brenna wins.
3 for the
I
Ekrans.
win.
Yep.
Yep. Now, if she was tied, the defender would win, so she would have to
So that
leave.
means
She would have to retreat.
so I won the battle, so now I control that region.
Yep.
I get to take the good that was there, and I am going to place that in my cities track,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I get 2 victory points from that if
When
I
we
still
score.
control this place when I score.
Yeah.
But because I just won a battle, I automatically get
A victory point.
1 victory point. I get to just take that.
Yes.
And now, if anybody wants to attack that space, they won't be fighting those people anymore. The neutral guys, they're going to now be fighting Brenna's.
Yeah.
She has to defend it now and kind of keep troops there if she wants to keep it protected. So
Yeah.
cool. So I'm done. That's my turn. So pass it on to you, Ryan.
Yep. So the commander token is passed to me, so I get to choose the next action. Now, before I jump into that, I just want to say Brenna took over the capital city, the capital region of this planet, but she did not gain an ally there. So what's interesting in this game, just like the original, you can conquer places and you can also ally with the different species and gain special abilities and special units. So on these maps, I explained that there are 2 planet regions. So the planet capital region has all this information. It's got this unit here, it's got a special ability, and extra little victory points here, and then this picture of the surface. So when you, if you take over a planet capital region, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be allied with these people. In fact, they're probably angry with you because you came in and conquered their place. And in fact, if you had any influence here on the planet, which is how you gain allies, it would all go away if you conquered their capital region.
Well, not only if you conquered their capital region, but if you attack their capital region at all.
Yes.
So I could have lost the battle and still lost all my influence.
Right, right. Now, the interesting thing is you can come in, you could conquer it, and then over time you could build up influence later. Sort of
Get in their good graces.
get in their good
Yes.
graces, you know.
So I can add influence to Emrock now that I've already taken it over, and that I won't get any penalties after that.
Right. So we have 2 different. So cubes are meant to mark control of territory, but you use a different token to mark influence. So I would put that there if I had 1 influence. So actually, let's look at that. So one of the other actions you can play that you can use in the game is cards. So you have these action cards right here, and you can play these cards to. Many times they will add influence to a planet. So that'll help you get an ally. Now I have a card for Measle 3, I have 2 cards for Measle 3, I have a Silas card, I have a Sentina card. So none of these match the Corlozan planet. So that's not going to work out for me.
But you should totally do a card action right now.
Yeah?
Oh yeah,
Why is that?
because it would help.
Because it would help you. Of course. So I don't really want to do the card action. I think what I want to do at this point is build a building. So I'm going to look at these tracks and I'm going to decide which building I want to build. I want to build the academy. That's going to cost, so the cost for this academy is all the visible credit symbols to the left of it. So that's going to cost me 5. And it would cost me more, but I had covered up one of these, which decreased the cost of all future buildings. So, okay, so that costs 5. I'm going to take this and put that over there, pay my 5, and I'm going to build this building. Now, I can build it on my world ship. Right here, I have 3 spots. This one is free, but these ones cost action cards. You have to play in order to put those there. Or I can build on this planet territory that I just took over. Now, planets can hold a number of buildings equal to the points that they are worth, which is this little flag symbol. So I can put 1 here. I should also say that all this iconography has already been updated. Right now it's a little difficult to tell the difference between these 2 symbols, and in the new version they're already fixed. But okay, so I put that building there and I am good to go. And what that did was it increased my it increased my command track, so then I have more command and I don't have to reset it as often. And also, when you build an academy, you get to draw a card. I would normally get to draw a card, except I'm at my hand limit, which is 4, so I can't draw. Sadly. And that's it for me. And now Brenna can follow if she wants to.
Okay, I am going to follow. I am going to build a city. See, I have a good on that track, so that's going to cost me 5 to build a city, and I'm going to build it over here on the MROC capital. And that has increased my income and also my the max amount of money that I can hold. Also, one thing, when you build a building, you do get a victory point for every building that you build. So see, I uncovered that there, that gives me the victory point, but it also uncovers some more money. So the next city I build is going to be more expensive, unless I can cover that up with more goods.
Oh, you guys make hard decisions, tough choices all around here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go. I do want to build some buildings, but I'm actually going to do a pass action, and I'm going to collect income. Right now, my income that I collect is 5, and then my max amount of cards I can have is 12. I started with 7 credits. So
let me show you that on my own board here. We can get a better shot. So up here you can see the player board. My current income is 5, and I can hold a max of 12.
Right.
And so if I had built this, it would be 6 and 14. Here, I'll let you do that.
All right.
So Centina, I'm going to read this here. The Centinians are bioengineers seeking to master de-extinction and return many lost creatures to their world. Now this little flavor text, it sort of gives you a clue as to some of the actions that you'll be playing. On all these cards, these action cards that you have, they have events that have something to do with the story that's going on in the planet. And in fact, sometimes you're going to be drawing cards from this deck that are events or special events that come up. And
So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to take this good, place that on my city track.
Okay.
I think I only have 1 command left, so my ability to move, I wouldn't be able to warp my world ship over here and get a good, because it takes 2 command and I only have 1 left. So I don't want to leave this abandoned completely, but I will leave 1 unit behind, and I'm going to move my sloop back up to space for one command, and then I'm going to pick up this good here, and I think I'll start on my city track filling out. So that's it for me.
I am going to warp. So I'm going to move this guy all the way over here and pick up this good. And warping costs 2 command. And normally I would make a cool sound effect, which is what people often do when they move their world ship.
So my turn. I think I'm going to do a card action. Is that what I want to do? Am I sure?
Are you sure?
Is that what you want?
Card action?
I don't know. No, I want to, but I don't have things in position yet. So I'm going to do a building as well, actually. So I have $12. I'm going to do 5 for an academy, and we're going to put that. Oh, I don't know. I guess we'll just put it in the space that I control right now. So that costs 5, and then since I reduced my cost on the city, I'm going to spend 5 there as well. And I'll build a city. I'm going to put that on my world ship. Then, as a free action, my little superpower, I have the ability to place my parasite token. This planet, I can collect a random good when I win a battle. Over here, if I lose a battle, I get victory points. And over here, I get a victory point for every 2 green life form goods tokens I have. I think right now I'd want to put it on here so that I can collect a random good if I win a battle.
Now, you'll notice last turn I warped to Centina. And that is because I want to start working on making them my ally. So the first thing I'm going to do is play this card. Now, this card is called Treaty Signing. It costs 2 command to play. Oh, you know what? I take it back. I wasn't going to collect command. Or I was not going to collect income. I was going to reset my command. Look at this big mistake I made. Okay, there we go. I was going to reset my command because I knew I was going to have to play this card, which costs 2 command. And it says place 1 influence on Centina. So let me read this flavor text here. The Centinians especially value written agreements over spoken promises. So I will play this card, pay my 2 command, and add 1 influence to Centina. Now when you add influence, you put it on the image of the surface. I am now, because I have the most influence, I am now allied with the Centinians, which means I get the ally token along with all these units that I can recruit. Now I can recruit these the inhabitants of the planet, and they will help me and work for me, and they all have different abilities. So my special ability for being allied with them is I get +1 victory point per 2 life forms I own. Okay, that's during scoring.
Okay, I am also going to play a card. I'm going to follow that action. I'm going to play the Scientific Summit in Sentina, and that costs 2 command and 2 credits. I'm going to spend that. The flavor text on that is, High Geneticist Krakim is happy to exchange dialogue, though what he shares with you is limited. And I get to place 2 influence on Sentina, so now I get that ally token.
Oh, she took it right away. Typical.
So playing a card. I really want to play a card. I'm still not set up. I made a mistake. I took the money. I really should have reset my command like you just did the takey take back, but I didn't want to be that guy. So
Okay, I see.
You already spent your money, so it's too late to take back.
Too late, buddy.
So I think I'm gonna have to reset just so I'm in a position ready for when I can control it. So.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so thank you for watching this first part of the demonstration of play, and if you'd like to see more, you can continue on to the next video.